We'll start in few minutes. Let everyone join. Okay, so we will start with a little bit of revision. Okay. So what are the stuff that we have discussed in the last lecture, and the recording of those previous lectures still need to upload. So I will upload it both of the lecture recording today. Don't worry about it because there are some recording problems yesterday. So in last lecture we have discussed about the switching. Okay, there are two type of the switching that we have discussed: circuit switch and packet switch. We have also discussed about that what are the example of those circuit switch and packet switch. Okay, like whenever we have a circuit switch used in mobile communication, telephone communication, so at that time we require the permanent link during all the data transfer or any message transfer. While in internet, if we can take example, so it is required the datagram type of the switch, or we can say packet switch network, where the whatever the message or whatever the content we have, yes, yeah, come. So whatever the message, whatever the content we have, it is going to divide it into the packets, and that packet size is going to be variable as per your traffic or as per your network health. Okay, and then it is reached to the destination in any random sequence, but ultimately at the end, it is again get sequence and actual information you can get. But in a packet switch network, we don't require the permanent connection between two devices. Okay, that's the example of packet switch network. Like internet is work on a packet switch network, or we can say datagram based switch network. Today we need to discuss about the stuff which is related to the virtual circuit network. Now, what is a virtual circuit network we have? Like virtual circuit network is a cross between circuit switch network and the datagram switch network. It has some characteristic of both. Okay, so if we can say the characteristic of both, the meaning of that, like for some of the cases, it is used the characteristic of permanent connection establishment, and in some of the case, it will do the characteristic of like packet formation. So both having like it is having a characteristic of both. So in some of the cases, you will observe it is circuit switch, and after some process is going to over, then it is a packet switch. So this is just an example. Like we can say, there's a similar type of the example we have discussed in a last lecture. Let's say there are an end system. We have A, B, C, D, and intermediate of them, there are a switches is going to be connected. Now, what do you mean by virtual circuit network? So in virtual circuit network, whatever the switches are there, it is give the virtual circuit identifier header. Okay, that whatever the information that you are accessing right now, it is not through the permanent connection, but you are establishing some of the virtual connection between them. Best example for that, I can tell it over here. Let's consider the scenario that right now I am in a campus. Okay, and in a campus, if I connect it through the LAN, so I can connect rest of the PC which is also connected with the LAN in this entire campus. By typing their IP address of that PC, I can access their network drive. So this is the in-house network. There are a permanent switches are there and all the stuff. Okay, now consider like that the same thing I want to do, but situating it external. Let's say I'm having some of the software name as a Sonic Vault, or we can say some cyber ROM type of the software is there. What the software will do, you first need to connect through that software. Okay, and that software you can access at the outside of the world. Like आप कोई आपके घर पे बैठे हो, आप वो सोनिक वॉल के कोई एक सर्वर के थ्रू या कोई एक सॉफ्टवेयर के थ्रू आप लॉग इन होते हो किसमें, on the system of this particular campus, and from that system now you are accessing the rest of the system of that. That is an example. Like another example which is best of over here, which is a team viewer, you can say. Okay, so there is no permanent connection between this system. Right now you are accessing the another system by applying some virtual connection, and which is a temporary for that. So you can say you can browse the internet through this virtual circuit network, but your system is situated at somewhere else. It's not over here. But you are taking a control of that system on your own. You are creating some virtual connection between them, and you are doing the process on that system. So that we can say type of the virtual connection you have established. And obviously, it is required some authentication. You need to register for some software. Then it is going to be possible. So whenever there are a virtual circuit network are there, so there are a virtual circuit identifier, like what is the data header is coming, what is the output is going to be there, and over here the thing is going to be same also. Like we can say their destination address is going to be same, while as per the source address is going to change, as I have told you previously. Like whatever your destination address, whatever the thing you want to access, it is a constant. But what is a variable, as the switches and intermediate network going to change, your source address is going to be changed. We'll take an example like this one. Let's say there are one virtual circuit is there, and there are a virtual circuit identifier is there, and there are one table switch, and the table is associated at that switch, that from which port which virtual circuit port address is coming, and according to that what is the output port. Like you can say what is going to be handled in the virtual circuit. It is handled like that, from which different packets are coming from this link. Okay, कौन से पैकेट अलग अलग इंफॉर्मेशन से आ रहा है, and according to that what is the suitable output port. So obviously it is having a one table inside of that virtual circuit. uh, at that particular place it is having some incoming port, virtual circuit identifier address, as well as in front of that output port and the virtual circuit identifier address. So if it will be say like that, if the data coming from port 1, all the data coming from port 1 right now, because it's your input, so your port is going to be one port over here, but the virtual circuit is input virtual circuit identifier is different. Like something is some 14, some from another 77, some let's say from 23. Now according to that, whatever the output port suggested in front of that number, over there you need to carry forward your packet. Like if over here it is says like that, if the message coming from port 1, and if it is having a virtual circuit address 14, you must send it to the port number 3 and give the new address as a 20. Okay, as we have seen in routing table, I have discussed with you about the routing table. If you remember, have you? come across with any routing table, such type of the word? What is routing table in general? Let me tell you. Routing table in general, it will say like that, whatever the server, or we can say whatever the router available over here, it is having the information of like which particular connection is available with me, and what is my input and what is my output. Okay. And whenever you suggested like that, I want to communicate from, let's say, one place to another place. So from that routing table, it will get idea that through which port you're supposed to transfer this message. So if you have done a task of Cisco packet tracer, अगर आप सिस्को पैकेट ट्रेसर का वो सर्टिफिकेशन प्रोग्राम कर रहे हैं तो उसमें स्विच हब such type of the connection you supposed to do. So whenever you just connect the switch initially, if you have seen, these are the some orange button are there, orange light होती है, बाद में जाके वो green हो जाती है. Now what is the transition between orange to green? During that transition of this orange to green, it will create a table inside of that. लाइक कौन कौन से इनपुट मेरे पास कनेक्टेड है, कौन कौन से आउटपुट मेरे साथ कनेक्टेड है, एंड इफ आई सेंडिंग द पैकेट फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू अनदर प्लेस, so that switch will decide that from which port it is an input and which port it is output. So there are a table is available, we can say as a routing table available on those devices. So such type of a routing table is there in a virtual circuit network, and according to that packet is going to be I can say directed, or it's going to be separated. Now how this virtual circuit identifier will get the data? उसको कैसे पता चलेगा like this is the virtual circuit table that I supposed to follow? So it will be like this one. Let's say there are initiated with the data from the A में से कुछ data आ रहा है, वो बोल रहा है like this is my data and this is my virtual circuit address 14. So what is the first virtual circuit that particular switch network? Whatever this first component will decide, it will decide like that your input from port 1 वो रजिस्ट्री करेगा कि भाई port 1 में से आया, उसका 14 एड्रेस है, and this want to go to the 66 which is the next your address, so you need to carry forward into the 3. So it will say like that, okay, यहाँ पे source address 14 है, और जहाँ पे ये जाना चाहता है which is connected to the port 3, so now do the registry 1 14 input 366 output. Like अभी next वो जाएगा उसका 66 identity address दे रहे हो. Now what is going to be happen at the second switch? Second switch will get the data. Like okay, ये switch में से मुझे data मिल रहा था, उसने 66 VCI address बोला है, और मैं उसको 2 में carry forward करके next switch के पास भेजूंगा. So what is their input entry? Port 1 66, and where I am sending through port through giving a new virtual circuit address 22. Again it is going to be same calculated at the third one, like it is coming from port 2 having a virtual circuit address 22, and it is going to reach at the destination 77. This is a kind of the port 3 and 77. So likewise the registry is going to be created whenever you are sending this packet. Now yes, you can say like destination address is going to decide it कि मुझे 77 पे जाना है, ठीक है, I need to go to the 77. So उसको पता है भाई मैं यहाँ से मेरा virtual circuit address पे ये data भेज रहा हूँ, I want to go to 77. So first whatever the virtual circuit like it is similar as a IP address you are giving source and destination. आपको तो पता ही है आप कौन से सिस्टम एक्सेस कर रहे हो, आप वो GTPL से करो या फिर GTPL से साइबर रोम के थ्रू फिर से कॉलेज में एक्सेस करो. टू थिंग इज देयर, लाइक अगर यहाँ मैं अभी यहाँ पे सिस्टम कैंपस में कर रहा हूँ या आउटसाइड से कर रहा हूँ, तो मैं यही सिस्टम हूँ ना एक्सेस. So I can say either I'm doing with the right same campus, or I'm using some third party software which is first connect through the Marwadi and then it will give me the access. So my destination address I know, but where I need to take a first switch which is allocated by the I can say GTPL at my home. Then GTPL will connect it with Isan Infotech and then it is reached to my campus. मारवाड़ी में जो भी सिस्टम पीसी है वो कोई एक लाइव होगा ना कि यहाँ पे साइबर रोम वालों ने सॉफ्टवेयर इंस्टॉल किया है, उसका कुछ आईपी एड्रेस आप उसमें इंस्टॉल करोगे तो अल्टीमेटली फ्रॉम माय होम इट इज कनेक्टेड टू द कॉलेज सिस्टम ना. So it will be like this one, this is my home, Over here, we can say in a second switch, I'm considering as a Marwadi campus, and through the another switch, I'm going to access that stuff. So, right, what is the previous case? I'm directly connecting to this one. मैं previously college के system से direct वो system में access करता था, but now it is not the case. Now I'm using a third software. I'm creating some virtual network temporarily. Okay, so that destination address is going to common, like that I want to go to that particular system, but which path I am choosing? Through the jumping, giving a new system, like first go with this virtual circuit, then this one, this one. Now how it is a जब हम request करते हैं, whenever you're going to request, how we will get idea? As I have, that answer is also going to be coming to this one. How you are just identifying that which virtual circuit path I supposed to choose. So whenever I first initiated my connection with that GGPM, and then GGPL connected to CyberROM, and then it is come to the Marwadi, and then it's some PCI can access. But how the initial setup phase is there? So for that, first I need to identify now what are the virtual circuit identifier I have. So what it will do, it will just say like that whenever this system, how it's going to be created, it is started with some test package. The test packet. So initially from A it will set the test packet, so that in that system it is know that if you are coming to the port 1, your virtual circuit identifier is 14. Okay, and it will say like that, okay, it is go through the another switch, so it will just make that particular box blank कि मुझे नहीं पता है कौन सा virtual circuit identifier मिलेगा. It will just carry forward this packet to the switch number 3. So यहाँ पे इसके पास होगा कि like yes, I'm getting the packet from first one. Yes, the virtual circuit identifier is 66. Okay, then again it is carry forward the same packet by making their output blank. Okay, go to the third one, and third one will get that. Okay, you are getting the system from 2. Yes, their virtual circuit identifier is 22. And then the same packet is given to the B, and B will say that, okay, my virtual circuit identifier is 77. That's connection that you have requested. So switch 3 के पास से पता चलेगा कि उसका end virtual circuit identifier क्या है. तो यहाँ पे registry हो गई 77. So this table is completed. 222, 377. Now it is going to share that information to other. Like जो आपने packet request किया था, उसका 77 address यहाँ पे मिल रहा है, and then you need to give the 22 into the backward. So अभी क्या करेगा? Whatever that first, whatever this output virtual circuit identifier, it is shared with the other. Okay, you take it as a 22. Then this whatever the 66, it is going to share with that one. Okay, so before going to establish the virtual circuit, it will give the test packet. फ्लड करेगा ना कि वो पूरा पैकेट ऐसा है तो कौन कौन से कनेक्शन अभी इसके बीच में, it will flood that, like this is the packet we are giving. If it is matched with the destination, okay, give the acknowledgement. So 77 ने दिया, ये बोल रहा है कि okay, मुझे पैकेट मिल गया, use this virtual circuit identifier, use this, and then it is get idea at A. Okay, now there are a connection, virtual circuit connection is established with the required virtual circuit identifier. तो अभी नेक्स्ट टाइम से जो भी आप पैकेट डेटा ट्रांसफर करोगे तो उसको वो टेबल में ही देखना है कि ओके आप ये थ्रू आप डाइवर्ट करो और आपको डेस्टिनेशन पे आप ओके यस वो सिस्टम का रहता है ना लाइक हाँ दैट्स द लाइक ए का कैसे 14 था लाइक मैं अपना इन अ जनरल कम्युनिकेशन आई विल टॉक इट इन अ जनरल if you have observed like that you have installed Firefox first time आपने Firefox इंस्टॉल ही नहीं किया आप पहली बार कर रहे हो when you press a direct google.com does it directly open as fast as the speed that you are browsing it second time like आप दूसरी बार जैसे ही एक बार google.com करते हो आपने पहली बार वो Firefox किया वो उतनी जल्दी फास्ट ओपन नहीं होगा जैसे कि आप बाद में frequently यूज करो जी प्रेस करो तो नीचे आएगा google.com चाहिए you click on that and it is open. Now whenever the first time establishment connection establishment is there you must need to register yourself into the system. आप जब भी नेटवर्क के साथ कनेक्ट होते हो okay whenever you press on the connect the network why it is take some of the second of time because your system is getting registered through your nearby network. वो नेटवर्क को पता चलता है कि भाई ये बंदा ये आईपी वाला ये मैक एड्रेस वाला यहाँ पे भी कनेक्टेड है. So in their table you are getting registered. Now you are just in to get that register also. Sometime you need to follow the protocol. जैसे हम यहाँ पे करते हैं. To connect into the Wi-Fi or LAN, I need to connect through that cyber ROM or the Sonic wall. तो एक बार मेरा credential pass हुआ, then I can access the internet or service provided by that party. So you are now it's getting registered. So whatever your system, your ID, your virtual port address, it is getting registered through that. आप प्रॉक्स वो कुछ प्रॉक्सी भी लगाते हो ना, लाइक अगर फेसबुक नहीं चलता है तो आप क्या करोगे, थ्रू सम व्हाट यू आर सेइंग दैट इज अ प्रोफेशनल वर्ड, आप प्रॉक्सी तो नहीं, आप VPN लगाते हो, वर्चुअल प्राइवेट नेटवर्क. नाउ व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी हैपन इन VPN, you are accessing some non non website which is not banned by the system. आप ऐसी वेबसाइट एक्सेस कर रहे हो कि जो ये सिस्टम के थ्रू बैन नहीं है. Okay, it is allowed is there, but through that system actually you are accessing the Facebook app. So what you have done in this case, you are not directly established the connection from cyber or from your system to the Facebook. आप ईशान इन्फोटेक से सीधा नहीं पूछ रहे हो मुझे फेसबुक पर आईडी दे, नहीं, आप क्या कर रहे हो, ईशान इन्फोटेक को पूछ रहे हो कि भाई तू ये वेबसाइट पे पहले कनेक्ट कर मेरे को, and that website will allow you that okay, through my connection now you access the IP, access the VPN. So you have done some virtual connection ना, temporary between them through some port address. वो port address डालना होता है, ऐसा कुछ प्रोसेस होता है जब भी आप वो VPN सेट करते हो. So that's the same thing is going to be happen in a virtual circuit network, कि आप डायरेक्टली तो नहीं कर रहे थे, आप इनडायरेक्टली बोल रहे हो कि पहले तो VPN पे जा, वहां पे अगर Facebook में जा, then you will do linkage is there, then you can access the connection. So these are the stuff. Actually your destination fixed, but you are accessing through the, that's the virtual circuit network. Okay. Test packet. हाँ, test packet. Initially in any communication you started, like you have typed any particular Facebook, let's take marwadieducation.edu.in. Okay, initially to generate the establishment of the connection you first send that address resolution test packet na, it will not directly just come to your system. Okay, and in an initial setup process, it is general with every website, every FTP server, whatever the things that you are browsing. Okay, initially it is started with like there are a multiple type of the website is there. Open access is there. Some of the I can say secure based website is also going to be there. Like you can say if you want to access the portal of I can say some of the ICICI bank, which is your own personal portal. So when you just write like admin.icici.com, does it directly open your account? What it will say is they will display one pop-up window. Enter your username and password. Okay. Now to go through that also, you need to pass through some another test packet. Like वो portal भी आप में open होने के लिए आपको HTTP से HTTPS में jump होना पड़ेगा. अगर आपको बैंकिंग ट्रांजैक्शन करते तो आप तो amazon.in पे हो, आप चले जाते हो कहाँ पे, कुछ बीम की ऐप पे या कोई I can say some another money transfer. So we can say while it is going to jump from here to there, so whenever you press on that payment, at the time it will send some packet. Okay, this person has asked for the payment. Now, when this is asked for such payment, you need to redirect that person menu from here to there. So, how it is going to be happen through those request test packets? Okay, similar type of the stuff happening every time when you browsing the website. Okay, पहले कुछ ऐसा होता था कि like आप पूरी ब्राउजिंग हिस्ट्री डिलीट कर दो अपनी और बाद में वेबसाइट ओपन करो जो आपको आपने उसमें क्या हम बोलते बुक मार्क में रखी है, आप सब चीजें मिटा दो और बाद में वो वेबसाइट ओपन करो, आपको वो नीचे सजेशन नहीं आएंगे. क्यों? क्योंकि आपने जो डेटा जो भी आपने वो उसके डीएनएस नेम जो भी किया था वो आपने अभी रिमूव कर दिया है. So initially you need to start typing all the stuff. It will take some time. It will resolve the address, all the stuff, and then it will give you the address. Okay, you are accessing this website. Now it is okay. Do you want to bookmark this? तो bookmark करोगे तो पिछली बार वो suggestion में सीधा दिखाएगा. So how that is suggestion, all the stuff, how it is going to be happen? Because in an initial setup phase, this test packet, their connection establishment, handshaking, हमने देखा ना like in any data communication, whenever you just start with the communication, it is starting with some handshaking. It start with the acknowledgement. आप जब भी कोई वेबसाइट google.com या gtu.ac.in मारवाड़ यूनिवर्सिटी आप करते हो तो पहले वो हैंड शेकिंग करेगा ना कि वेबसाइट अवेलेबल है, सर्वर लाइव है, ये वेबसाइट में जो आपने नेम लिखा है वो ओके है या नहीं, आपने कुछ गलत एड्रेस तो नहीं लिखा है ना। मारवाड़ी एजुकेशन में आपको एक आपको एक वर्ड भूल गए हो, ओके, या फिर कोई एक आप सेंटेंस छोटा सा एक ही जगह पे टी हो गया है, तो क्यों वो बताएगा दिस इज अ रॉन्ग एड्रेस? Because in initial phase it will start exchanging those stuff, whether this website is available or not, whether the initial connection setup also, that packet is going to share at every initial setup. Okay, so this is like in virtual circuit network, all packets belonging to the same source and destination travel the same path. Okay, as I have told you, whatever the same source and destination you have set, through that virtual circuit identifier, all the packet will pass through that link. So we can say like that, for initial stuff, to establish the connection, initially it is just flooded the packet. So it will be like a, I can say a datagram network, or I can say related to packet switch based network. But once the connection is get establishment, now what you are doing, जैसे ही आपने VPN लगा दिया, तो अभी आपका मैसेज वो VPN थ्रू ही जाएगा. So is it like the permanent connection you have done? Yes, it is like that. Like एक बार आप लिंक सेट करते हो, you need to go from this 2 to 3 to this one. Initially you are just to identifying the path, you are flooding the packet कि भाई कौन मुझे reply में कौन से route से मिल रहा है. Once that stuff is going to be okay, then it is going to be set that particular link and packet is going to be transferred back. So we can say like in virtual circuit network, all packet belonging to the same source and the destination travel the same path. अगर जो सेम डेस्टिनेशन और सेम सोर्स को बिलोंग करते हैं वो एक ही पाथ से जाएंगे. ओके, बट द पैकेट में अराइव एट द डेस्टिनेशन विद द डिफरेंट डिलेस इफ द रिसोर्स अलोकेशन इज गोइंग टू बी डिमांड. Okay, like if there are a system like that, once you will set up your virtual circuit connection permanently, then those packets travel through that link only. But if there are some system will be like that, whatever the intermediate VPN are there and there are traffic is going to be higher, so might be happen like that, the packet is going to be arrived at a different delay or at a different time. So it is depend on that which type of the VPN or intermediate switches you are using. This is the stuff going to be happen. Like initially, there are I can say setup phase is there. Okay, so initially it is a setup phase to identify that VCI. Then there are a transmission time. It will send the data. Then again, it is having some transmission time from one to another, another to third one, and then there is a TL down. So it will the mixture of both of them. Okay, circuit switch network and packet switch network. Okay, in setup phase, it is if it is going with the circuit switch, so we can say in the data transfer, it is going to be a packet switch. If it is on a packet switch, for the initial purpose to identify the location, then the data transfer is going to be set. So both thing is possible, but over here it is shown like that. For setup process, it is going as a permanent connection setup as a circuit switch. Once the resource going to allocate it, then it is send some packet, wait for some time, again send the packet, wait for some time. Likewise, the packet switch based stuff is also going. So switching at the data link layer in switched WAN is normally implemented by the virtual circuit technique. Okay, like we can say in a data link layer, switched WAN is normally implemented by virtual. So we can also say like that. This is a one example, like we are using VPN and all the stuff. There are another case we have like from the data link layer, it is possible. It is also going to be possible like that. You have done the initial connection establishment, like from here to one particular place, there are intermediate 7 jump are there, 7 hop are there. Like first is go to this one, this one. So now you have fixed the path. Okay, if you want to access this website, you need to follow this path. Now, if it is going to be happen at that particular switch that some of the link is not available, like वहाँ पे traffic ज़्यादा बढ़ गया, कुछ ऐसा चीज हो रहा है, so ultimately you need to provide that service without any interrupt. So what it will do that temporary virtual circuit for handling those traffic. Like हम ऐसा example दे सकते हैं, like there are one fiber optic link is there from Bhuj to, you can say from Bhuj to Rajkot to Ahmedabad to, I can say, to Gandhinagar. Likewise the link is there. Okay. And there are a normal traffic is going to be there. Suddenly some of the traffic is going to increase due to some event or due to some stuff. And between Rajkot and Ahmedabad, that link is going to disturb. Now how I want to do the, how I want to fulfill the connection. So whatever the second alternative link is available from Rajkot to Ahmedabad. The previous to link is अभी वो traffic से है. I will shift virtually my connection from here to second link. So that traffic is going to maintain to that. So at the data link layer switch to N is normally implemented uses this technique. So just switching from one to another for the temporary basis. Virtual circuit we cannot say directly the permanent. They are also having some time limitation. After the time limitation, it's get expired. Next, we are talking lots of things about the switch, but what do you mean by switch? Okay, so structure of switch, we can say we use the switches in circuit switch network and packet switch network. In this section, we are going to discuss what are the structure of switch and what are the different type of network it is using. So first switch, which is a crossbar switch. Now crossbar switch is the one type of the keypad, you can say, but it is controlled by externally. Okay, if you know the mechanism of keypad, like you are having 1 2 3, like in your mobile phone also you have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 star 0 has. Now what is going to be happen when you press the number 8? How, like अगर आपने कोई एक कस्टमर केयर में फोन किया है, like it will be say like that, हिंदी में जानकारी के लिए एक दबाइए, और आप एक प्रेस कर रहे हो और उसको पता भी चल रहा है कि ये बंदे ने वन प्रेस किया. How it will know that? उसको कैसे पता चलेगा कि आपने वन प्रेस किया? Because this person is not knowing, वो स्क्रीन तो देख नहीं रहा है, आप उसके साथ कोई इमेज तो शेयर नहीं कर रहे हो. How they will know that you are pressing the number 1? It is going to be done like that with every switch. In horizontally and vertically there are such type of the connection. It is connected in such type of the crossbar. कि आपके पास 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 star 0 has है. So what is required? It is required the 3 connection vertically, 4 connection horizontally. Whenever you press any switch, output is going to be generated a combination of 2 frequency. अगर आप number 1 प्रेस करते हो तो क्या होगा? There are 1 frequencies assigned at the 1 frequencies assigned at the I. तो जैसे ही आप 1 प्रेस करोगे, 2 सैंपल फ्रीक्वेंसी जनरेट होगी आपके मोबाइल में से, और वो फ्रीक्वेंसी आपके जो आप मोबाइल कनेक्शन अभी कर रहे हो, जो भी आप टेलीफोन पे कस्टमर केयर से बात कर रहे हो, और वो एक ऑटोमेटिक मशीन है आंसरिंग मशीन, वो आंसरिंग मशीन में वो 2 फ्रीक्वेंसी वहां पे जाएगी एज अ कंबाइंड रिजल्ट. Whenever those two frequency going to be decoded by that person, and it is required some of the decoder like dial tone multiple frequency, name it's a DTMF. So उसके पास वो DTMF डिकोडर रहता है. जैसे ही आप ये स्विच प्रेस करोगे ना, उसको पता चलेगा ओके ये स्विच प्रेस हुई है, एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट इट विल टेक डिसीजन. चलिए हम वो उसको नंबर 1 वाला जो मेन था उसमें लेके जाएंगे. These are the stuff actually going to be happen whenever you do this switch, and it will know the stuff. Over here in a crossbar switching, similar type of the stuff is going to be happen where you consider over here there are some of the input connected to 1 2 3, and output you are having a I, double I, triple I, IV. 3 input है, 4 output है. Now if I want to do the connection between 1 and 3, what I need to do, I need to just connect this crossbar switch which is available in the row number 1. तो मुझे ये switch यहाँ पे press करनी पड़ेगी. And inside of that switch, how it will look like? There are some control station. There are some magnetic control station are there. When such type of the connection is required, then they will make sort that particular switch. So whatever the data is coming from 1, it is automatically carried forward to number 3. Okay. Previously in the 90s, it is going to be done manually. यहाँ पे आपके पास in left side you are having an input, right side you are having output, and if you say okay, this there are red indicator are there, like from this particular indicator call is coming, so what it will do, one cable on that one, second cable on the available link, likewise that manual switch are there. But now as a electronics, it is going to be done electronically. So there are some storages that this person want to connect from here to here. So press that switch or short circuit that switch. That is as considered as a crossbar switching with the 3 input and 4 out. So in crossbar switch, it will be the multi-stage structure are also there, and multi-stage structure will be like n cross k. So n is something different number, k is going to be something different number is there, and there are intermediate stages, that stage 2, then it's connected to the stage. Now, why it is multi-stage switch is going to be required? So in first stage, it is a normal, like you can say there are in one crossbar box, let's say there are 10 customers. In one crossbar, there are 10 customers. And if you have connected such 10 boxes are there. So we can say there are 100 customers, you can allocate it with that 10 multiply by 10. Now what is in the second stage? All the connection of first n क्रॉस k में जो भी first connection है वो सब यहाँ पे k में first block में connect हो गए. Getting my point? This is the first connection, this is the first connection, this is the first connection. So all the first connection is connected to the first block. All the second connection connected to the second block. Likewise, all the last connection is given to this third block. And later on, what it will do, whatever the first connection of this one, okay. Hello? Any question? Tirth? Okay. So whatever the first output of this particular network is given to the individual n of the output side. So it will be n cross k. Over here it is a n by n cross n by n, and output is k cross n. यहाँ पे 10 by 6 10 by 6 का है, तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा, how many connectors are there, depend on that, is divided by n cross that n number are there, and output is going to be 6 cross 10 10 cross 6 6 cross 10 it's going to be. Now why this multiple stage is required? Multiple stage is required to accommodate more and more number of the customer. फर्ज कीजिए कि आपके पास यहाँ पे 10 by 10 का एक आपके पास एक स्विचिंग बॉक्स है, ठीक है. अभी 10 क्रॉस 10 के कोई भी एक कनेक्शन के साथ आप कितने मैक्सिमम लोगों को कनेक्ट कर सकते हो? आप ये स्विच में देखिए, आपने फर्स्ट को कनेक्ट कर दिया आई से, ठीक है, मतलब कि ये फर्स्ट लिंक आप यूज नहीं कर सकते हो, as well as this first row also you cannot use, column and row it's block. अभी आप 2 को कनेक्ट करते हो, when you do the 2, how much thing you can do that? This row you cannot use and this row you cannot use. Okay, so we can say there are only with this 3 cross 4 only you can say there are I can say only there are 2 n minus 1 number of customer you can accommodate with that. अगर आप 3 cross 4 का अभी यहाँ पे एक स्विचिंग ले रहे हो, तो आप 2 लोगों को एकोमोडेट कर सकते हो ये स्विचिंग करने में. एक बंदे को वेट करना पड़ेगा जब तक वो दूसरी स्विच ओपन नहीं होती. ओके, लाइक इन सम ऑफ द केस इट इज गोस अप टू मैक्सिमम 3, लेकिन अभी मेरे पास कस्टमर बढ़ गए. if my customer is going to increase, okay, at that time that multiple switches is going to be added to accommodate more and more customer. Like this is the same thing is going to be happen like पहले जो भी मोबाइल फोन थे at that time their call rate is very high. क्यों? क्योंकि कुछ 1000 या 2000 लोगों के लिए उसको पूरा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर लगाना पड़ता, तो वो 1000-2000 लोगों के ऊपर ही वो चार्जेस वो लगाएंगे ना. Now if that rise is going to reach from 1000 to million customer, तो उसका जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है एक लेवल से उसने सेटअप करके उसके बाद उसका प्रॉफिट जनरेट होगा कि भाई आप भी ये टावर का कैपेसिटी 10,000 का है, लेकिन आप उसमें अभी 2000 यूजर ही आप एकोमोडेट कर पा रहे हो, तो 8000 लोग का तो पैसा वो 2000 के ऊपर ही आएगा. And this is the same reason why in some of the company, like right now there is the same thing is going to be happen with the Vodafone, Idea and Airtel. After coming to the Geo, everybody are going with the Geo. So we can say automatically number of customer is reduced to those company. Customer reduce होवे, आमदनी कम हुई, टावर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर था उसका मेंटेनेंस निकालना है, धीरे धीरे वो कंपनी डिफॉल्टर होती जाएगी. So they have started with merger, combining the network and giving some other stuff. It's going to happen. So this is overall reason, like what are the infrastructure you have. If you want to increase, to increase the number of size to accommodate more and more. And there are a requirement is also like that. If you want to communicate from this 1 to 2, over here it is possible like that. यहाँ पे आपके पास 1000 कस्टमर है, वो सब 1000 कस्टमर can communicate with rest of the 999 customers. Okay, that if over here it is says like that this first customer want to communicate with 99 or 999, so through this multi-stage network it is possible. नंबर ऑफ कस्टमर भी बढ़ेंगे, उसका इंटरकनेक्टिविटी बढ़ेगा इफ यू आर गोइंग विद द मल्टी स्टेट नेटवर्क. अगर आपके पास एक ही डिवाइस है, आप यहाँ पे कनेक्शन लगा दिए, 10 वाले 100 बॉक्स लगा दिए, अभी ये बंदे को 999 से साथ कॉल करना है तो कैसे करेगा? It's not possible with the only one stage network. You go with the another stage, doing the connection, another stage, then the connection is starts. So that's why that multi-stage network is required. That's the simple understanding. So in the 3 stage switches, the total number of cross point, maybe cross point होते हैं, कितने होते हैं? 2kn plus kn by n square. That is what formula, which is a much smaller than the number of cross point in a single stage switch n square. अगर आप सिंगल स्टेज स्विच लगाते हो तो उसके लिए जितने आपको क्रॉस पॉइंट चाहिए, okay, उससे बहुत कम में अगर आप मल्टी स्टेज नेटवर्क यूज करते हो, so नंबर ऑफ क्रॉस पॉइंट रिड्यूस हो जाएंगे. That's the main reason for increasing the number of stages. There are example, like if you are having a 3 stage 200 plus 200 switches, n equal to 200 with k equal to 4 and n equal to 20. So according to that, it is identified like that. It is a 2000 cross point is going to required. Otherwise, we can say this is the 5% of the cross point in a single stage, which is a 40,000. अगर आप सिंगल स्टेज नेटवर्क से ही ये पूरा 200 से 200 लोगों का आप कनेक्शन करने का सोच रहे हो, so we require a 40,000 cross point, but with this 3 stage, it is reduced to just a 5% of the total. So there are some of the equipment, no need to go detail on that one. We'll directly go with the next type of the switching, which is a time slot interchange. So that first one, which is a mechanically and it is required some electronic arrangement to do that type of the stuff. But it is also going to be possible with the time slot interchange. Okay. Now, what is a time slot interchange? You have already known about the TDM, time division multiplexing. Okay. So there are some time is given to all the station, and according to that, they need to send the packet into the common link. So there are a time slot interchange. This type of the I can say cross connection is going to be made depend on the control unit allocation. Likewise, it is says like that. There are a 1 is assigned to 3. It means whatever the data coming from 1, it is go to the 3. Whatever the data coming to 2, it is go to 4. Then 3 to 1, 4 to 2. Okay, and it will be a cross connection. 1 का data 4 में जाएगा, so obviously 4 का data भी 1 में आएगा. That's the cross point. 2 का data 3 में जाता है, तो 3 का data भी 2 में आएगा. So likewise it's happened. 1 to 3, 3 to 1, 2 to 4, 4 to 2. So both side cross connection is going to be made. So how it will be do that? It will depend on that whatever this control unit is decided. According to that, this sequential control switches are there. It is showing in terms of switching, but is in general, it is a one type of the multiplexer or one type of the digital circuit inside of that. So whatever this control unit is there, according to that, it will do the switching. Like जैसे ही पहला पैकेट आए ये चेक करेगा. This is the first packet. So first packet, and at the same time, it is this side is connected to the third. यहाँ पे 1 है तो यहाँ पे third connect करो. यहाँ पे 2 पे आएगा तो यहाँ पे 4 पे connect करो. यहाँ पे फिर से 3 में आया है 1 पे connect करो. So likewise, both side that switching is going to be happen. Okay. So according to that, whatever the packet you have decided to send from 1 to 3, so you can say there are C is going to be a first. Then 2 to 4, so D is going to be present. 3 to 1, A is present, and 4 to 2, B is present. So you have ultimately said that now one want to send their data to I can say 3. तो यहाँ पे 1 पे data भेजा था, वो यहाँ पे 3 में चला गया. So that sort of switching you have done through this particular unit. Okay, आपको यहाँ पे control unit manage करना है, and according to that control unit, automatically those packet is going to jump from here to there. Okay. Understood or not? That's considered as a time slot interchange type of the switching. It is also combined like that. This time slot interchange is also combined with the those cross point switching. So whatever those cross point switching is a simple. It is not having a time slot interchange. It is just a simply like assigning one connection to another. So that considered as a space switching, and combinedly this time, space, time, it will be the time slot, time switch, time space, times multiple stage we can say. So यहाँ पे क्या होता होगा? It will be identified like that from whenever you are having a, you can say the multiple users are there. Let's say there are multiple users, all of them have a connection at one. And as per your that particular crossbar, you want to send all those packets to 3.3. So all of them are connected to 3.3. So you are having a just output 3 link we have. और यहाँ पे आपने ऐसा कंसीडर कर दिया कि with this 3 you have started with this third connection. So all those is going to be reached to that another side of the time. तो यहाँ पे क्या किया आपने? यहाँ पे टाइम सेट करके आपको बताया कि like from 1 packet goes to 3. Now over here it's a normal. It's not having such type of the exchange. It is just like whatever the link is coming, where I need to set. I need to set this third packet into the sixth one. So what it will do, whatever this first connection come over here, let's say it is set to the third one. So whatever this first packet come over here through the third, reach to the first one, and it is go to that respective link. तो अगर आपको मल्टीपल यूजर्स करने हैं कि भाई मेरे पास ये 4 नहीं 1 to 4 नहीं, ये 1 का पैकेट आता है, वो मुझे 999 के 3 में भेजना है. लाइक यहाँ पे मेरे पास 1000 स्विचेस है, यहाँ पे मेरे पास 1000 स्विचेस है, यहाँ का थर्ड का पैकेट मिला, वो मुझे 750 में जो ब्लॉक है वहां पे सेकंड में भेजना है. सो लाइकवाइज दिस मल्टीपल स्टेज यू कैन डू दैट. यहाँ पे तो आपके पास 4 ही कनेक्शन है, यहाँ पे भी आउटपुट 4 है, बट इसका थर्ड का डेटा लास्ट में जो कनेक्शन था ना वहां पे फर्स्ट में भेजना है. सो लाइकवाइज दिस स्टफ इज गोइंग टू बी हैपन. सो देयर आर अ टाइम इंटरचेंज इज आल्सो देयर. आपने जो टीडीएम किया था वो भी फुलफिल हो रहा है और आपका स्विचिंग भी हो रहा है. दैट स्टफ इज गोइंग टू बी हैपन. What is inside of that particular that we can say in a packet switch component, what's going to be happen? There are a port, multiple ports are there, like port 1, 2, 3, 4 and up to n. There are output port are there, and there are one routing processor are there. So how this inside of that particular switching box, what's going to be happen? There are dedicated processor is there. In that processor there are memories going to be stored that can be programmable, and according to that programmable there are a downside switching fabric are there. And switching fabric is nothing but it is made up of like how the switch is made electronically. आप प्रेस बटन जो भी करते तो वो स्विच है, लेकिन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में आप चिप में कोई भी स्विचिंग आप कैसे कर सकते हो? हाउ द स्विच इज गोइंग टू बी पॉसिबल? थ्रू द सिंपल ट्रांजिस्टर. डू यू नो दैट ट्रांजिस्टर वर्क एज अ स्विच? We have learned this stuff. You know, first transistor work as a switch. If you give the 0, it will give the 1. If you give the 1, it's what transistor is a switch. It is a basic principle. So you need to put a such type of the transistor arrangement. So when you give the command to them, and some VCC is coming, so automatically output is going to be identical. Okay. So these are the some of the stuff related to packet switch. It is also going to be controlled with respect to the input and output port. Possibilities are there according to the network traffic and according to the data acquisition capacity. There are a queuing mechanism are there. Like it is not sending all the data simultaneously. It is sending as per the queuing. So आपके पास आप सोच रहे हो कि like you are having a queuing memory of let's say 20 MB. So simultaneously 20 MB packet is generated, and as the packet is going to travel, a new packet is going to be added on that. You can consider like the bucket algorithm. लाइक आपके पास एक बकेट है और उसके नीचे आपने छोटा सा होल किया हुआ है, तो आप पूरा बकेट भर दो, लेकिन उसमें आउटपुट तो एक फिक्स रेट से ही निकलेगा. सो इट विल बी लाइक दैट output is going to fix according to those particular queue, whatever the amount of packet you are giving. So either once that packet is going to full, either the other packet is going to rejected, but it is go with the same rate of the stuff. और वो आप नल की तरह भी सोच सकते हो. According to the speed you have, if you open a full valve, flow of data is going to increase. If you just reduce it, flow of data reducing. So queuing having a such mechanism. कैसी स्पीड है, स्पीड ज्यादा है तो क्यू फटाफट क्लियर होता जाएगा, नहीं है तो वो धीरे धीरे होगा. This type of the thing we have. Similarly, in the output side also, what is the speed of your processor? According to that, the queuing is going to be coming like आप 3.2 gigahertz का processor कर रहे हो और या फिर 1.2 gigahertz का processor से access कर रहे हो. Obviously, वो mobile या वो laptop थोड़ा slow चलेगा, data थोड़ा slow आएगा. तो ऐसा हम उसको blame नहीं कर सकते YouTube वालों के पास speed नहीं है, speed हमारे पास नहीं है, ठीक है, हमारा processor इतना powerful नहीं. That's possible. So this is the next Bunyan switch we have. How much time we have? There are still 8 minutes we have. Let me see how much. There are 3 slides we have, but let me just try with that. In 8 minutes we can finish that. What is a Bunyan switch? Bunyan switch, it is related to the binary allocation. Okay, like it is a simply like in a Bunyan switch there are a control board are there, control mechanism are there, and it is having a simple two input, two output connection are there. Okay, if you want to establish, let's say 7 connection, 7 connection, ये जो 7 लोग हैं वो दूसरी साइड 7 लोगों के साथ कनेक्ट होने चाहिए. So what required? You required like over here actually there are a 2 input and 2 output connection that you required, and as you are having a 7 connection, so how many I can say bit is required to present the number 7? 3. So you required a 3 stage of the network. समझिए इसको, आपको यहाँ पे 7 लोगों के साथ दूसरे 7 लोगों को कनेक्ट करना है. 7 system connect with the 7. To do that, 7 is going to represent with the 3 bit. So you required a 3 stage of the, you required kind of the 3 stage of that particular Bunyan switch. Now what is the Bunyan switch? It is a simply like that. There are 2 input and 2 out. Okay, and it will be getting connected like this one. 0 with the 4, 1 with the 5, 2 with the 6, 3 with the 7. So first beat जो सबका है, likewise it is going to 0 with 2, 1 with 3, 2 with 6, and 4 with the 3 with the 7, like the stuff. Similarly, their output is simple, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in simple in manner. Now, if you want to connect from 0 to 7, अगर आपको 0 से 7 को कनेक्ट करना है, जो डेटा 0 में आ रहा है, अगर आपको 7 के साथ कनेक्ट करना है, how you need to do that? In every switching fabric, you need to set a 0 as a priority. आप सब जगह पे आपको 0 0 सेट करना है. तो आप यहाँ पे 0 सेट करोगे तो क्या होगा, ये 0 का डेटा आएगा इनसाइड. इट्स लाइक अ मल्टीप्लेक्सर. 0 सेट किया मतलब जो भी डेटा आएगा वो 0 में जाएगा. Like if you have set a 7, so sorry, if you have set the 7, you need to set 1 1 1, क्योंकि 7 मतलब 1 1 होता है. So यहाँ पे 1 connect हुआ, so this packet will come over here, going to 1, reach to B3. Again, if you have set a 1 over here, so this packet going to the set number 1, reach to the C4.
Hi. So in this session, we will look at mirror image of a pattern that we already see. Right.
What?
So हमने already ये देखा हुआ है.
क्या पार्थ? Hello Parth. Are you speaking something, Parth? So according to those 1 1 1, whatever these cross points are there, it is actually diverted your this packet into the 7. So जो भी आपको number end number connect करना है, you need to give those number to this particular intermediate fabric. अगर आपको 5 करना है तो 0 को 5 के साथ connect करना है. So what would be the number? 1 0 1. So 1, it is come to the 1. So first number is 1. So I can say it is go to this connection. Then it is a 0. So it is go to this connection. And then it is a 1. So it is reached to the 5. तो अगर आपको डेस्टिनेशन 5 चाहिए तो यहाँ पे जो स्विचिंग फैब्रिक है वहां पे क्या क्या कनेक्ट करना है, यहाँ पे 1 को एक्टिवेट करो, यहाँ पे 1 को एक्टिवेट करो, यहाँ पे 0 को एक्टिवेट करो, यहाँ पे 1 को एक्टिवेट करो. So automatically that packet reach to the destination. Likewise the Bunyan switch is there. So this is the example. Like if you want to get one sending cell to the 6, so there are a 1 1 0. If there are a 5 sending to 2, it is a 0 1 0. So along with your data, it is carrying the information for that switches also. Like मैं अभी बनियान स्विच के पूरे फैब्रिक में एंटर हो रहा हूँ, मेरा एड्रेस 010 है, तो उसको पता चलेगा 010 it means number 2. So automatically from that 010, that baniyan switch will take the decision and carry forward that packet to you, like the stuff point. So these are the thing I have, as I have told you, whatever those batcher switch and whatever the numbers are there, that number is going to feed it through this trap. Like आप 1 पे भेज रहे हो तो उसके साथ वो डेटा जा रहा है. Like whatever the data coming to 1, where it is need to reach, it is reached to the 5, so that data is going to be feeded inside of that. Let's consider with the 5. तो पहले 5 जाएगा तो वो क्या डेटा होगा, 101, तो वो पहले 1 को डिटेक्ट करेगा. Okay, that first bit is 1, I will open it to the 1. The next bit is 0, so 1 मिल गया तो ये पैकेट यहाँ पे आ गया. Then it will decode its second bit. The second bit is 0. Okay, I need to open this one. Then it is reached to this, and again, what is the last bit? 1. Okay, now it is the connection established, and then you send the stuff. So likewise, this trap module and this packet is going to be fed to get the stuff. So this is all in this overall switching system and network and all the stuff. We have still 3 minutes. If you have question, you can ask me in this 3 minutes. Otherwise, you can write your enrollment number and name, and you can go. Whatever the doubt we have, we can also starting in the next lecture also. So be ready with your doubt if you have, if it is not resolved over here. But switching related the stuff, we have discussed two type of the thing: circuit switching, packet switching, as well as a virtual circuit network also. Yes, over here, what are the numbers? 92, complete number 92000 103021. Then नहीं अभी लास्ट दो डिजिट बोलिए, 56085. ये आगे का नंबर सेम है, ठीक है ना, 85 और 226671. ओके, 9211010303. ये सीरीज में कोई 62, ये सीरीज में. After writing your enrollment number and name, you can go. Yes.